Hello and welcome to Your World. This is the first segment of Your World. I'm Stephanie Silitonga and let's begin our news. And starting today's editions of Your World, Palestinian National Council condemned Israel's blockade of all humanitarian supplies entry into the Gaza Strip. As from Turkey, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said those are trying to create instability by provoking ethnic groups in Syria will not achieve their goal. This is our first segment of Your World.
Palestinian National Council on Sunday condemned Israel's blockade of all humanitarian supplies entry into the Gaza Strip. Meanwhile, Japanese Prime Minister commented on heated exchange between U.S. President and Ukrainian counterpart Zelensky that took place on Friday at the White House. The Palestinian National Council on Sunday condemned Israel's blockade of all humanitarian supplies entry into the Gaza Strip, accusing Israel of violating international law and exacerbating humanitarian crisis. The Palestinian National Council said stopping aid's delivery is part of a broader Israeli plan to forcibly displace Gaza's population with U.S. backing. On Sunday, Hamas spokesman Hassim Qasim said Israel's blockade was cheap blackmail and a coup against the ceasefire agreement. He said Israel and the U.S. should bear the responsibilities for derailing negotiations, urging the international community to apply pressure on the Israeli government to stop starving Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. From Japan, Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba Shigeru has commented on the heated exchange between U.S. President Donald Trump and his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky that took place on Friday at the White House. Speaking to reporters in Tokyo on Saturday, Ishiba said the discussion took a somewhat unexpected turn and there appears to have been a very emotional exchange of words. He said he thinks patience and compassion are needed to achieve peace and the most benefits. He said that simply venting emotions on each other is no good and that diplomacy backed by patience and compassion should be conducted to achieve peace. From Turkey, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said that those who are trying to create instability by provoking ethnic groups in Syria will not achieve their goal, stating that those waiting in ambush will not be given the opportunity. President Erdogan said, "We will not allow our region to be designed through new maps." Addressing ambassadors, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan also touched upon recent Turkey-EU relations. He said the recent developments have once again demonstrated the importance of Turkey-European Union relations. A European security without Turkey is unthinkable, Erdogan said. And India's President Draupadi Murmu attended the Visitors Conference 2024-2025, highlighting the importance of education and research in shaping India's future. The event also marked the presentation of the 8th Visitors Award, recognizing outstanding contributions in innovation, research, and technology. Speaking at the gathering, President Murmu stated that the nation's progress is directly linked to its education system. Meanwhile, forest fires are raging in a coastal area of Iwate Prefecture, northeastern Japan. The fires in Ufunato City, which started on Wednesday, are still burning despite frantic efforts to put them out. City authorities announced that as of 6 a.m. on Saturday, approximately 1,400 hectares had been burned. That's up from around 1,200 hectares announced a day before. On Thursday, a body believed to be that of a man was found. Police are trying to confirm the cause of his death. At least 84 buildings are believed to have been damaged. However, a full assessment of the destruction is expected to take time as firefighting efforts continue.
And moving on to our next segment, China provided guidance to a country's banking and insurance industry on efforts to vigorously develop green finance in support of green and low carbon development. And meanwhile, a school in Chengdu, capital city of southwest China, Sichuan province, we have a report on how Generation Z encounters an AI humanoid robot where future of education is redefined. Let's take a look.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh thanked U.S. businesses for their contributions to Vietnam's economic and social achievements. Meanwhile, China provided guidance to country's banking and insurance industries on efforts to vigorously develop green finance in support of green and low-carbon development. At a meeting with leading U.S. businesses on Saturday morning, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh thanked them for their contributions to Vietnam's economic and social achievements and urged further investment and trade cooperation. He called on U.S. firms to support Vietnam's goal of at least 8% growth this year and double-digit growth in the coming years. The Prime Minister encouraged expanded high-quality investment, technology transfer, and workforce training, particularly in innovation, digital transformation, and emerging industries. Meanwhile, China has provided guidance to the country's banking and insurance industries on efforts to vigorously develop green finance in support of green and low-carbon development. The document focuses on key areas of green and low-carbon development, proposing 4 key tasks. First, the country will continue to support the optimization and upgrading of industrial structure. In terms of new energy, efforts should be made to support the low-carbon transformation of the energy system and focus on project coordination and credit support for new energy industries, such as solar and wind power, the document states. Meanwhile, at a school in Chengdu, the capital city of southwest China's Sichuan province, when Generation Z encounters an AI humanoid robot, the future of education is redefined. These primary and high school students are full of curiosity about AI and humanoid robots. How to use AI programming to build small robots has become a compulsory course in some primary schools. Experts say strengthening mathematical knowledge in basic education and future industrial applications while combining mathematics with AI will help students face the challenges of the AI era. Still from China, a freight train carrying locally produced porcelain products departed from Yining County in the northwest China Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region on Friday, marking the launch of a new international freight train route linking Xinjiang with Kazakhstan in Central Asia. A freight train carrying locally produced porcelain products departed from Yining County in northwest China's Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, making it the launch of a new international freight train route linking Kazakhstan in Central Asia. The train takes about 5 hours to reach Almaty, Kazakhstan's largest city. Indonesian Minister Fadlizon says that the Sarcophagus Museum displays 33 sarcophagus items selected by senior archaeologist R.P. Suyono in 1958 from various areas in Bali. The presence of sarcophagus or stone coffins in Bali is strongly connected to the megalithic culture found in various regions across Indonesia, from the stone sepulchres of Sumba, the cliff cemetery of Toraja, to the Vessel Falls in Gilimanuk, West Bali. The museum collaborates with Udayana University and Indonesian Museum Association to develop the digital contents and interactive multimedia. Currently, Indonesia has 469 museums managed by the government, local administrations, private sectors, and individuals.
And in our last segment for today, we will take you to see how Muslims across the world performs fasting on the holy month of Ramadan. Let's have a look.
In Turkey, non-governmental organizations experienced the joy of reaching Ramadan with a lantern procession as in the past. Those who experience the joy of reaching the month of Ramadan welcomed the month of mercy with a lantern procession. Many people from 7 to 70 participated in the enthusiastic march. Families, university students, and children participated in the march. It started in front of Ankara's Haji Bayram Veli Mosque, accompanied by salawat and takbirs. After the prayers were recited in the courtyard of Melike Hatun Mosque, the first Tarawih prayers of the blessed month was performed. From Al-Quds Mosque, about 70,000 worshippers performed the Isha and Tarawih prayers of Ramadan in the courtyards of the blessed Al-Aqsa Mosque amidst military measures and restrictions imposed by the occupation to reach the mosque and the deployment of additional police forces in the city of Jerusalem and the vicinity of the Al-Aqsa Mosque to obstruct and restrict the arrival of worshippers, check their identities, search young men and prevent some of them from entering, while the occupation deprives thousands of citizens from the West Bank from reaching Jerusalem and the means of praying in the blessed Al-Aqsa Mosque. And from Turkey, skilled bakers across Turkey are preparing for increased demand as Ramadan begins, with additional pied bread being an essential part of iftar tables. The special bread, which is prepared with softer dough and comes in various styles, including plain, egg-topped, and sesame-covered varieties, is baked in stone ovens at 250 degrees Celsius for approximately 20 minutes. Bakeries have increased their staff to meet the heightened demand expected during the first 2 weeks of Ramadan. Despite the destruction, the Palestinian people welcomed the month of Ramadan by decorating the streets and spreading Ramadan sweets. The signs of Ramadan were clearly visible in the streets of Gaza, despite the destruction and effects of the aggression, as citizens decorated their streets and Ramadan sweets spread despite the weak capabilities and poor economic situation of the citizens. Children in one of the central camps found no refuge to spend the day of the holy month of Ramadan, except with some old toys that their owners had reclaimed and set up in the streets to entertain them. Amidst their comparisons of the size of their childhood between the month of Ramadan in their previous years and the current month in the midst of the Israeli aggression and its ongoing repercussions, in an indication of the extent of their psychological suffering they are experiencing. Ramadan increased the demand for traditional sweets. In Hatay, Ramadan has increased the demand for traditional sweets. Popular Turkish desserts such as halka or donut dessert, tulumba, syrup-soaked pastry, pumpkin dessert, and tas kadayif or stone kadayif are receiving great interest.
And that concludes our episodes of Your World for this week. I'm Stephanie Silitonga. Thanks for watching and see you next time.